It is Jeff, about to get the game started. Sitting all up in amongst my McNeil fan friends. Have to give them some all night. Looks like on the mound is James or Brandon Morio. I believe that's James. Brandon's in right field. Batting order for Vista Ridge. It's changed a little, but same top six are the same, I believe. It's looks like Alex Brennmeyer, Jake Wagner, Hank Howard, Tynan Gunn, Matthew Foley, Devin Gonzalez, Jackson Harrell, Grant Anderson, Ethan Sanders, Cade Nateman. Are we DHing? Okay, so we got some DH in there somewhere. We'll figure that out. So the catcher, Wyatt Newman, shaking hands with Alex Brennmeyer. They play baseball together. A lot of these kids have played together, folks. If I had to give every kid that's played together, I'd be here for a while. So we're getting started here. Lead off Alex Brennmeyer. Great night for baseball, folks. Temperature is just right, very pleasant. Did they say if Brandon or James were pitching? All right. Alex steps into the box. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in the outside corner, does not get that call. That's a pitcher's, if you get that, it's going to be a pitcher strike zone. We'll see how it goes later in the game, but that can be a strike sometimes. Good first pitch, but called a ball. Alex takes it. His job as a leadoff, he should try to see 4 or 5 pitches for sure. As a pitch comes curveball or comes inside on him, way too far inside, ball 2. Alex doesn't move, hoping it hits him, but it doesn't hit him. Alex has been hit a lot this year. He probably leads the team in hit by a pitch. Crowds a plate. All right, we got 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball drops in there for strike called. Not something Alex wants to hit right there for sure. Get a good look at it. He's done his job as a leadoff. He's made the team see the fastball outside, fastball inside, and the breaking ball. So we've seen the pitches. He's got more pitches than that. Here's the pitch. Comes inside, fastball. Alex turns. That's going to be a base hit into right center. Drops it in. Rounds first. Trips on first. It's a single anyway. So Alex is on board quickly with a single. We'll see if he can try to stay on base this time, Kevin.
Now batting number 19, Jake Wagner.
He was picked off before the pitcher ever threw a pitch to Jake last night. I believe he'll be a little more careful. This McNeil has another lefty on the mound, James Morio. Last night they pitched 2 lefties, and apparently they have 5 lefty pitchers. So we will probably only see lefties. He comes to the plate. Fastball misses high to Jake Wagner. Jake Wagner and the pitcher James Morio have played together a lot in T-ball. Coach Garver's given lots of signs. Looks like he's got a rash over there getting after it. On deck is Hank Howard. Alex with a good lead. James throws over to first. That's probably not his best move, just showing something really slow to the runner. Oh yeah, subscribers are growing right now. 11 million. We started at 5. Okay. Alex extends his lead a little more. Jake squares the bunt. We throw over. He's going to go to second on first move, and he's going to be under there. They misthrow it. Goes in the outfield. Alex is going to be on third base. That's about the 4th or 5th time in a row they try to pick him off at second. Pass ball, and he goes to the next base. It's like he's still third, Kevin. So, with 1 pitch to Jake, which was a ball high, Mavericks put Alex on third by trying to pick him off. He goes second and third on a wild throw from the first baseman. So here's the pitch. Curveball, misses high, ball 2. So already with nobody out, top of the first inning, Alex, the leadoff, is standing on third base, ready to come home on a wild pitch. Jake Wagner in the batter's box. Coach may call a bunt here. Jake can put it down. 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball inside. Jake swing and a miss. Strike 1. Good pitch right there. So we got 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter, Jake Wagner. Here's the pitch. Outside, misses high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. The count Jake Wagner's looking for. This should be his best pitch to see right here. James comes set. Here's the pitch. Comes inside. Jake swings, fouls it off his ankle. He has the ankle guard on, as a good hitter would. That's going to take him to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good pitch. He had to swing at that. I believe that would have been called strike. Wasn't something he could pound either. Jammed him inside. So really good 3-1 pitch. He can come right back with that pitch. All right, we got a full count. Alex on third. We'll see what Jake can do right here. He's one of the better hitters and runners on base. Fastball comes in. He gets it into right center. Right center is going to catch it. Alex is going to tag and force the throw. And they catch it. He comes in easily. They don't try to throw him at the plate. Jake does a job with a sacrifice fly to right field, scores Alex. Always nice when you're batting and Alex is on base because he's going to help you out. That brings a 3-hole hitter, Hank Howard, to the plate, also pitching tonight. Hank's
Now batting, number 17, Hank Howard.
Hank steps to the plate with 1 out. James comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and inside, misses in the dirt, gets under the catcher, but nobody on base. That ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Hank Howard. Here's the pitch. Boy, it looks good from up here, but it's falling in the dirt. Catcher, it's bouncing to the catcher, so it's obviously low. Ball 2. Quickly Hank's ahead, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, and 1 run is already scored for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. For a ball, also comes inside, bounces off the catcher's foot, just missing his spots there. Yeah, he's throwing more balls than he wants to throw right here. 3-0 to Hank. They may be pitching around Hank a little bit. I would. I mean, three balls, no strikes. There's the pitch. Inside, misses ball 4. I think they're throwing around him, which can hurt because he's not just a normal base. He has speed.
Now batting first.
And we're going to run for him.
24, Tynan Gunn.
In to run is Owen Sanders, number 23, running for Hank Howard. That brings a 4-hole hitter, Tynan Gunn, to the plate. Tynan calls time, steps in. Owen gets a good lead. Now, this lefty is a nice move. Owen's got to be careful of it. Comes to the plate with a curveball. That's definitely going to be a strike. I believe they were throwing around Hank. That's a good pitch right there.
It's not a bad strike.
Nope. Throwing over to first right there. Pitcher picks up his foot, goes to first. Owen's back at first, no problem. On deck is Matthew Foley. Owen scoots out for a lead, gets a good lead. Not quite the Alex Brindlemeyer halfway to second lead. Here's the pitch inside. Tynan turns on it, kind of off speed. Fouls it down the third base line. Tynan's down 0-2. Was that pitch a little high? Change up. So we got no balls, 2 strikes to the 4-hole hitter. Owen Sanders getting a little more of a lead over there. Pitch coming to the plate, fast. Oh, change up, missing the dirt. Tynan swinging a miss, strike 3. 3 quick strikes there to the 4-hole hitter, Tynan Gunn. That brings up Matthew Foley to the plate. Here's the pitch, fastball, and that's going to be a called strike. That did not get called on Alex the first at bat, but that one did. It's a good pitch, first pitch. So we got 1 strike on Matthew Foley. After 4 balls to Hank, he's come back with, now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight strikes in a row. Yep. So 4 balls in a row to Hank, put him on first, put a pinch runner on, and now he's thrown 5 straight strikes. We got quickly 2. All right, Foley does a good job slapping one into, oh my, right comes in and makes the catch. It was a 2-strike swing, kind of flares it into shallow right field, but Brandon Morio's playing shallow out there, comes speeding in and makes the catch. Rangers only get 1 that inning, folks. They get 2 runners on. get 1 run, leave 1 stranded. That'll be 1-0 after top of 1. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back here with you, bottom of the 2nd inning. We'll give you the lineup, the defense for the Rangers.
Leading off for the Mavericks, number
Hank
12,
Howard on the mound,
Ramsey
Jake
Simpson.
Wagner catching, first base Tynan Gunn, second base Jackson Harrell, shortstop Ethan Sanders, third base Grant Anderson. Here's the first pitch, low in the dirt for ball 1. Ramsey Simpson's a batter. The outfield is Kay Nateman in left, center field is Alex Brunnemeyer, right field Matthew Foley. So we got 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the second pitch. Fastball gets shot to left field. Left fielder's coming flying in and makes the catch for a quick out 1. So we got 1 out on the leadoff.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 1, Jack Goins.
So the 2-hole hitter up. We got 1 out. Hank's working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside gets called strike. Strike 1. From the windup, here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses high. Be 1 ball, 1 strike.
I can do it. I got it.
Ball misses low, ball 2. Got 2 balls, 1 strike to the 2-hole hitter, number 1. Here's the line. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 3. At 3 balls, 1 strike to the 2-hole hitter here. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Got a flare behind first base. First base, right field's running. Right field should call this ball. Matthew Foley in right field makes a catch on foul territory for out number 2.
Oh, good thing we got so much.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 9, Ryan Vossick.
Ryan Vossick up to bat. He went 4 for 4 last night against the Rangers. 2 hits up the middle. Breaking ball inside doesn't break. Ball 1. Ryan did a lot of damage last night. I believe they had about 6 hits, 7, 8. He had half, over half. Fastball misses outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Ryan Vossick.
Permanent. Gotcha. Yes, okay. He has a lot to benefit.
Here's the pitch. Fastball, he fouls it off to the backstop. We strike 1. We got 2 balls, 1 strike to 3-hole Ryan Vosick. Right now, Hank Howard's pitch count is at 10 pitches with 2 outs in the first inning. Hank from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss in the outside corner, strike 2. Count is now 2-2. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. They got something called twosies on the board. I'm going to figure that out one day. Here's the pitch. Fastball, a changeup, gets him swinging out in front, strike 3. Hank those 12 pitches that inning. Vista Ridge defense does their job. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back here with you. Top of the second inning. Devin Gonzalez comes to the plate with
Now batting for
fastball,
Vista
misses
Ridge,
high
number 8,
outside.
Devin Gonzalez.
I guess he did it in the Navy. That was his job in the Navy. So he way back when, but he was like went back and took some classes and tried to recreate his job.
breaking ball right down the middle, strike 1 call. Got 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, folks, back here with you. We got 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter for the Rangers. James steps off, recomposes himself. I saw that. They announced something different. See what's in the lineup on breaking ball. Stays outside. Catcher goes out to talk to his pitcher. We got 2 balls, 1 strike to Devin. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think the lower number.
Devin's DH for Nathman, according to what they have up there behind us.
Ball misses low and outside, brings the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We had a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Devin, the leadoff hitter here. Here's the pitch inside, misses ball 4. Devin takes his base.
Now batting for Vista Ridge, number 18, Grant Anderson.
So with nobody out, leadoff gets on base. Devin Gonzalez, he gets a good lead. Pitcher looks at him, nothing. Comes inside, fastball, called strike on Grant Anderson. Last night, Grant was a hot stick. Had a lot of good 2 hits and a lot of RBIs. With Jackson Harrell on deck. Here's the pitch to the plate. Squares the bunt, gets it down, but he bunts it foul down the first base line. Trying to bunt to move the runner. I don't know about this early bunting. As good of a hitter as Grant's done last night.
You see our JV1 score?
No, we won 20-3. Good job, JV1. Put it on them. I talked to one of them last night as I was walking in the game that said they didn't win last night, but they kind of blew it. All right, so we got no balls, 2 strikes. Grant Anderson, here's pick over to first. Doesn't show his fastest move, and Devin's back easily. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. A runner on first. Grant Anderson at the plate. Lefty gets a sign. 0-2. I'm expecting this to be. Oh, yep. Catcher calls for it high. Throws over. Still nobody. They must not know the speed rule, Kevin. They're worried about Devin, but he does not have a sliding mid on. So, that he does extend that lead though. He just got another foot, and nothing. Pitch comes inside. Ball 1. Devin just extended his lead a little bit. Coach Garver gives 1 sign over there. See what that was. Devin gets a lead. There's the quick pitch. Grant fouls this off. Oh, that's going to be.
Fair ball.
Oh, he called it foul.
No, that was fair.
Ball bounced on the white chalk, we thought. From up here, folks, went over the base, bounced.
That side of it.
Yeah, a lot of spin on it. Umpire down the line called it foul. We, the fans here, wanted that fair. So we go back and do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Grant Anderson. And Jackson Harrell on deck. James gets a sign. Probably going to throw over to first again. Nope, comes to the plate. Quick pitch, curveball, misses high. Throw to Devin is not going to be in time. It actually, I think it hits Devin. Second baseman doesn't handle it. Devin's safe, still second base. He's in there. Now we got 2 balls, 2 strikes to Grant. Nobody out. Last night he does one of the best jobs of 2 strikes, hitting, gets a ball in play. Let's see if he can get something here in the left center gap. Devin with a big lead. Here's the pitch, and that's where he hits it, left center. That's going to be down for a base hit. Devin's still going to get to third. Going to hold him there because it didn't go deep enough. It was a shallow hit in the left. Grant does a good job of putting bat on ball and doing his job base hitting. Now we got first and third situation with Harrell up. Garver's talking to the third base runner. Harrell's looking to get a sign because they have bunted Harrell a few
Now batting
times.
number 10, Jackson
For
Harrell.
the first and third, you might want to try squeeze. I would move everybody. The best they can do is throw out Harrell. He's told him hit away. So we got nobody out. Runners on first and second. First and third, my bad. We got runners on first and third. Harrell steps in, inside, jams him. He check swings, gets a foul ball off the handle. Strike 1. Quickly, Harrell's down, no balls, 1 strike. Steps in. He's probably hoping to get Grant to second, but I don't know if we're going to do that here. Here's the pitch. Squares the bunt, and he puts a beautiful bunt down first base. It's going to be trouble for anyone. Harrell bunts for a base hit to the first, down the first base line. Nobody can do it. He scores the run at third, and he has a base hit bunt. Had a way to just power drive the ball, Harrell. Which we have a team that can do that. I'm glad to see us do that a little more.
Harrell's going to be in trouble. He's putting a sliding mid on, but he's going to end up.
Yeah, Harold doesn't need.
Runner in front of him, so he can't pass.
And the runner in front doesn't have a sliding mid, so I mean, I don't know what Harold's thinking there. So we have the hitter. This is Ethan Sanders at the plate. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, and a nice one, but it misses high. Strike zone is tight tonight, folks. It's a hitter strike zone. He's had a couple of pitches thrown that have been like right what the pitcher wants to get, and if you don't get it, all right, infield's in on the corners because they're expecting grunt. Ethan turns the bunt and bunts it, fouls it high.
Small ball of it tonight.
I like it though. Ethan, he can.
Burrito baseball.
It was really, I was really glad that happened. Like, that I didn't do that.
So it's down 1 ball, 1 strike to Ethan Sanders. Nobody out still. Another run across the plate. with the squeeze. So we have 2-0. We got runners on first and second. The sliding mid is ready to go. Here's the pit. He squares the bunting. He punts it right back to the pitcher in the air. Runners get back to the base in time. He can't get anybody out, but he bunts that ball. Yeah, that's the third. He's going to have to work on getting the ball down on the bunts.
Now batting number 2, Alex Brandlemeyer.
That brings Alex Brandlemeyer to the plate, known for his bunting.
I guess they just thought that was the interruption.
Harold gets his lead on first. He's in the hip pocket of the first baseman. Second gets a pretty good lead. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Curveball. Folks, that ball was inside more than some other ball. That was called a strike. I'm okay with it. It's just, I thought the pitch a minute ago was better than that one. They called a ball. So James is up 1 balls, 1 strike to Alex. We got 1 out, runners on first and second. We need to get these runners moving. Maybe we can get a pass ball. This ball in the dirt. The catcher drops to his knees, keeps it in front of him. Good job right there.
This pitcher's thrown a lot of pitches, 39.
Ooh, that's not what they were looking for. I think his reliever is going to look just like him coming in later, though.
Maybe the Twins.
Yeah, Brandon and James, I believe, are pitching this game tonight. 2 twins, great kids, great family. All right. We got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to the dangerous Alex Brandlemeyer at the plate. Runners get good leads. Just a pitch, breaking ball. Folks, be honest with you, I don't know where that ball missed. I had a perfect view of it, broke, came right over. Must have said it was high. Catcher jumped up to maybe throw back to second, but that was a beautiful pitch. I wouldn't want that call. It's called a ball. Brings 2 balls, 1 strike. Beautiful curveball there. There he comes out, misses high right there, ball 3. He's going to be 3-1 to Alex. Alex draws a walk right here. We'll load the bases. Here's the pitch, ball inside on Alex, ball 4. That's going to bring Jake Wagner. It does not get easier for the pitcher right here. These 3 hitters in a row, 1, 2, and 3, can flat out put balls in play. So walks Alex to get to Jake Wagner. We've got bases loaded.
Now batting number 19, Jake Wagner.
Jake gets a hit. I expect to hear Grandpa cheer. All right, bases loaded for the Rangers. Top of the second. Oh, it comes inside. Almost hits Jake. Backs him off the plate. Ball 1. If he pitches around these next 2, he's going to walk in 2 runs.
Can't pitch around right now.
Nope. All right, we got 1 ball, no strikes, bases loaded. Jake calls time. Umpire's going to clean the plate. We're still in the top of the second. 1 run's across the plate so far. I like the scoreboards, Kevin, that show me every inning the score. Last night at the Vista Ridge home stadium, I was trying to say how many runs per inning, and my LSU math wasn't working fast enough. Here's the pitch. Oh, misses low in the dirt. Be 2 balls, no strikes. Get some of you people at home that need to come to the game, make us get us some K's so we can hang on the fence at Vista Ridge. Get somebody on that. All right, bases loaded. Jake Wagner at bat. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch, low and in the dirt. Makes count 3-0. James having trouble finding the strike zone right here. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Let's hope the runners know what they're doing on the base. Smart runners, all of them. Here's the pitch. Comes, inside. That's going to be a hit. Bobbled. All right, that's going to. Jake Wagner hits it to the third base. Third base can't field it cleanly off the side of his glove. Probably going to go down as a hit in the books. It's hit between short and third. Moves every runner up 1 base. And we get 1 more run across, and they don't get anybody out. Jake gets off the base, gets in a pinch runner.
Now batting for Vista Ridge, number 17, Hank Howard.
The very slow Corbin Luther. I'm just kidding, Mom. Yeah, that could be called that. It was playable. I was looking at 2 or 3 things, so I really don't pay attention to. I was watching my son running.
He was trying to get it and come home with it.
Yeah, I was more watching making sure a runner didn't hit the ball, but fielded not cleanly. So I got bases loaded at 3-hole Hank Howard. That ball misses inside in the dirt. That was a what, 3-0 swing Jake took? 3-0, got the green light, gets an RBI. So it's still 3-0 Vista Ridge, and bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the second with the very dangerous 3-hole Hank Howard. Here he can't pitch around him. He still may try. Breaking ball, that's, ooh, just misses high.
1 run might be cheaper than 4.
Misses high right there. It's 2 balls, no strike. Yeah, Hank is a very disciplined hitter. He is aggressive. He doesn't chase. There it is. Pounds it. It's going to be a hard hit ball to center fielder. Center fielder makes the catch. Runners all tag. Is that Harold? Yeah, Harold scores. He's grown a little bit. I wasn't sure who that was coming in. So Hank hits the ball to the center fielder deep enough to have Harold on third tag up and score. Hank gets the sacrifice RBI there. Puts another run across the plate.
Number 24,
4-0 Rangers with 2 outs. Brings a 4-hole hitter, Tynan Gunn, to the plate. There's 2 runners on here.
My dad thought he was going he did the DNA thing.
James comes set. Runner's going. Need to take that ball because he's there and he's in there. So we got a delayed steal there at second. That's is that Corbin or? So Alex gets to third on the steal. Throws a little probably wouldn't have got him, but third missed it. Then Corbin moves on the same play to third. He takes second base. A little bit shook up, good slide in the second, but I believe Corbin's okay. So that pitch was that a called strike? Missed high ball maybe? We're not sure. Folks, we're just not very detail oriented here. Kevin's still reeling from, it's a ball. There's a pitch. That's not a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 right there. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out on the Rangers. Kevin, I'm sitting by Kevin Russell here. He's still reeling from the unfair job. I'm not going to say what I was thinking. The unfair job that Aggies got in the basketball tournament. Texas A&M in the SEC tournament just annihilated Auburn and Arkansas to go to the championship game, and they lost that championship game. But my goodness, there's a hard hit ball to third. Oh my goodness, we got a double play, folks. Okay, we're gonna see what they called here. Umpire said he caught it. So yeah, Corbin's limping there. So what happened right there, folks? Tynan turned on a ball and crushed it to the third base. Crushed it. Third base puts his glove down. I think he caught it on a line drive. I think he caught it. They said, don't know. Third base caught it and then walked over and stepped on third to double up Alex, who was the runner on third. Umpires are talking about it. One in the field said he caught it.
We'd like to give a shout out to our triple play sponsor, Ortho 360. With 6 convenient
the umpires are
locations,
definitely
Ortho
talking about this.
360 brings over 20 years of
Yeah,
orthodontic
if he caught it, he
experience.
caught it. But
Ortho 360 believes that everyone deserves a great smile.
Looked like
Thank
a double.
you, Ortho 360, for supporting the McNeil Mavericks Baseball Club.
Well, I don't know. I had to go back. Looked like from here, I have no reason to doubt that. But Garver was standing. Yeah, they're going to say he's out. Garver was standing right by third base. He had the best view of it. So it's going to stand, double play, folks. Rangers get 3 in that inning, make score 4-0. We'll go to the bottom of the second. All right, folks, back with you here. First pitch, ball misses low. Rangers have a 4-0 lead. We're at the 4-hole hitter for McNeil. Here's the pitch, outside fastball, called strike. From the windup, here's the pitch, outside swing and a miss, strike 2. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes to the McNeil hitter. Hank Howard working from the windup on the mound. Here's the next pitch. Comes curveball. That ball is pounded to left field. If he catches this, it would be amazing. It's over the left fielder. 1 hops to the bottom of the fence. Hitter crushes that ball, hits it to left field to the fence. Wow, he just pounded. Was it a 0-2? Was it 1 ball, 2 strikes? Yeah. So we got nobody out. First batter is on second base.
Now batting for the Mavericks, center fielder, number 18, Chris Windisman.
Hey, good talk. You're a bad. God. We went there
Swing and a miss right there, strike 1. I think I see some things the defense is doing here. All right, so we had a swing and a miss for strike 2. Got no balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on second for McNeil. Hank working from the stretch. He comes set. Nobody's really, the runner's not getting a lead. Here's a high leg kick. Here's the pitch, fastball. Swing, foul ball off the catcher's foot, neck. Maybe hit him on up in the gear. Well, all the helmets usually, their helmets you have to buy now are longer, like hockey helmets. We'll take a break, folks, while Jake catcher catches his breath. I think he's ready to be back. All right, folks, we're back here with you. 29 on deck. Thought this was going to be like CPYL League, and he runs. Oh, he is behind the batter now.
All right, let's go, Chris.
Semi-pro, yes.
During the break, but
So we got no balls, 2 strikes to the batter. A runner on second. Nobody out. Alicia, what are we going to throw right here?
baseball.
And he takes a long pause, a high leg kick, comes inside, fastball misses inside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on second. Hank comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside, misses outside and high for ball 2. Batter doesn't chase that. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on second does not have a big lead. He's not going anywhere. Here's the pitch. Takes a little bit off of that ball, gets a swing and a miss down the middle with a changeup, strike 3.
Now batting for the Mavericks, third baseman, number 29, Caleb Correll.
So we got 1 out, a runner on second for McNeil. Hank Howard on the mound. Hank comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, misses with strike one, swinging. We'll give you that defensive lineup again, folks. Hank Howard pitching, Jake Wagner catching. First base, Tynan Gunn. Second base, Jackson Harrell. Shortstop, Ethan Sanders. And third base, Grant Anderson. Outfield is Cade Nateman in left, Alex Brennemeyer in center, and Matthew Foley in right. Hank comes set. Here's the pitch to the plate. Fastball blows it right by him. Strike two, swing and a miss. Quickly Hank's up. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 swinging strikes there. See if we're going to stick with a fastball here or try to change it up. I go ahead and stay with the heat. Go high maybe. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. He fouls it off. Batter stays alive with a foul ball. So we got no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hank comes set, checks his runner. Runner really doesn't have a lead. Here's to the plate, fastball, swing. Fouls it off. Yeah, he's kind of timing it up now. He's just under that. Still 0-2's the count. A lot of pitches here to waste. I think he stayed fastball. This batter last night, I seemed to struggle with it. No, I've seen some off speed. He hadn't had to. He only threw 12 pitches first innings, faced 3 batters. All right, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, check swing. Gonna be a slow bouncer to third. Third looks there. Oh, it's gonna be safe at first. All right, guy kind of has a high chopper to third. Grant Anderson comes in, plays it, checks his runner at second. The runner is fast, goes down the line. When he throws to first, throws too late. So Mavericks have 2 on with 1 out. Runners on first and third. Brings up Brandon Morio.
Now batting, number 14, Brandon Morio.
Here's the pitch, fastball for a called strike. That should be a called strike in the outside corner right there, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, throw over to first, still runners under it. Good idea right there, first and third. Hank mixing it up right here. He's got 2 strikes on the batter. Mr. Ridge has 1 out. Here's the pitch. Nobody goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got 2 outs right there. Runners on first and third. Still nobody scored. Oh. All right, quickly Hank's up on this batter. No balls, 1 strike. So we got 2 outs. Runners on first and third. I look for them to go with. Now it's 2 strikes on the batter. Swings and fouls it off. Alicia's telling me that this would be a situation where she would probably steal the runner on first. It's just there. She's been watching the high leg kick. She said if he gets the high leg kick, he needs to go. But Hank is paying attention to him. I doubt he should not throw over there with 2 strikes on this batter. High leg comes, oh my goodness, that was a good outside pitch. It misses. That's a perfect 0-2 pitch right there. Batter doesn't chase it though. Very good patience up there. Misses just a little bit outside, but my goodness, that's what you want to throw. All right, I don't think the runners are going anywhere. Hank comes set. We got 2 outs, first and third. There's a pitch down the middle, strike 3. First breaking ball. Hank sets him down with all strikeouts, I believe. That gets us out after 2. Rangers lead 4-0. Probably. All right, folks, back here with you. We're in the top of the third inning. Matthew Foley at the plate. That's a curveball on the outside. Foley gets under it, pops it up. It's going to be in foul territory. First base is camped out. Wow. In and out of the glove of the first baseman. Foley gets another shot right there. Second base almost picked it up out of his glove. Bounces out of first base glove. James having a rough night with his defense right now.
He's at 52 pitches. 51 pitches, 32
Not
innings.
these guys. It was only me.
Yeah, Hank's at 34. So Matthew Foley gets new life with the foul pop up. One strike. No balls, one strike here. We're in the top of the third.
Mom wouldn't let us back in.
Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball for. Wow.
Tried to sell it, didn't he?
Where did that miss, Kevin? It was high?
Catcher pulled it way down.
Okay. Missed high. Sold me on it. I thought it was a good pitch.
I think too far down.
Here's the next pitch. Comes inside.
Why you weren't looking?
Foley swings, fouls it off from the right field side again.
He went. And he probably should have just done this.
We'll be playing summer ball with the Morios. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matthew Foley, who was a hot hitter last night, I believe. There's a pitch. Comes, wow, he gets away with a grooves in one right there. Foley swings and fouls it off over the right first base dugout. I expect throws that again. I think Matthew would dial it up. Devin Gonzalez is on deck. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out on the low. McNeil struggles to throw it around. Pitcher got it done in 1 pitch, but it took him about 4 more, Kevin.
Now batting, number 8, Devin Gonzalez.
Brings Devin Gonzalez to the plate with Grant Anderson on deck. 1 out. We're in the top of the third. James steps off the mound, resets his feet, gets a new sign. That's going to be fastball in the outside corner. I could see it from back here. Just a pitch, low, fast, called strike. She's sitting right over there. She has a college roommate here from Houston. They're on spring break, and they're at their lake house in Lake Travis. Came over, had dinner with us. Hit Brooklyn Heights up. Brooklyn Heights supports the football team with the discounted car. There's a nice curveball. Devin chops at it. It's going to be a roller to Ron Bosick. Bosick hurries to get the throw. Probably going to, yes, gets him out. That's Ron Bosick and Devin have played together a lot. That was a lot of personal trying right there. Bosick throws out Devin at first base on the ground ball. That brings Grant
Now batting,
Anderson.
number 18, Grant Anderson.
Bat Boy gets his shining moment in the sun right there, taking his time. So 2 outs for James right here. So far, we usually get the leadoff runner on. Right now, Vista Ridge did not do that in the third. James dealing, there's a pitch, swing, and a foul ball. Just go stand over there because we fouled 4 off over there in the last 5 pitches over the first base dugout. So James on the mound with 2 outs. Got 1 strike on Grant Anderson. Here's the pitch inside. Ooh, that hadn't been called sometimes. Got called. Yeah, called strike on the inside. He gets that one time every once in a while. Am I going to have a guest visit over here maybe? But Grant is a good hitter with 2 strikes. He has one of the best quality at bat. Here's the pitch inside. He chops it to short. Short's going to have to rush in and make the play. Bobbles the ball. And he gets him out after the bobble. I'll tell you what, Ryan Bosick bobbled that ball a little bit. Grant Anderson hustled it out. And almost, yeah. Well, Bosick's full speed at whatever he does, whether it's talking or playing. So he makes the play there, and Rangers go down. I used to coach Ryan. Rangers go down the inning. We'll give a guest shout out here.
The Mavs would like to thank Neighborhood Silver Slugger sponsors.
All right, folks, we're back here with you between the, we're in the bottom of the third inning. I got Alex here with me. Alex is on spring break right now. You live in Houston, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk up.
Yes.
You're on spring break up here in Austin? What grade are you in? Third grade? And what kind of jersey are you wearing right there? Soccer? You a big soccer fan? Yeah? All right, I want you to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Covert Ford. I want to say thank you, Covert Ford, for sponsoring the Rangers.
Thank you, Covert Ford, for sponsoring the Rangers.
Awesome. Give you another one. You ready? Also say thank you, Lay's Potato Chips, for sponsoring the Rangers.
Thank you, Lay's Potato Chips for sponsoring the
There we go, folks. All right, we're going to take a break. I had a guest come. Oh, you want to talk some more? So we'll be back when this inning gets started, folks. All right, folks at home.
Now batting number 16, Wyatt Newman.
We're back with you in the bottom of the third. Rangers lead 4-0. Brings a catcher Wyatt Newman to the plate.
9-hole.
I think that's what it's saying.
Hank gets his sign from the windup. Here's the pitch, straight down the middle, strike one.
McNeil's calling pitches tonight.
You never know, Kevin. Here's from the windup. Here's the next pitch. Fastball hit hard to short. Ethan Sanders fields it, makes the play, throws it first, gets him in time. Should be out number one. Nice play there by the freshman at shortstop for the first out of the inning.
Live the door, get some bitch, live on my door, got no ignition, be on my store, unless you too picky, I got the guap, I'm getting pretty, knock on my door, I got this sneaky,
back to the top of the lineup for McNeil with Ramsey Simpson. Looking for Ramsey's dad. I know him and played with him at some select ball before. I don't see him here. Hank from the windup. Here's the pitch. Low and outside.
Now batting for
Gets
the
the
man, number
call.
12, Ramsey Simpson.
Ramsey looks at that close, called strike right there on the outside corner. Got no balls, one strike, one out. In the bottom of the third, Rangers lead 4-0. On the windup, here's the pitch. That pitch a little bit too much in the dirt. Hank's overthrowing. Hank and Ramsey played together for about 2 years, 2 or 3. So they know each other well.
Probably also would notify me because
Jake calls this outside. Here's the pitch. Hank hits his spot perfectly. Called strike on the outside corner right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we got a 1 ball, 2 strike with 1 out. Alicia, what would you throw right here? Go ahead and go fastball high? Curveball? What we get? Fastball on the outside and nope. First base says he went. Wow, what an angle he had there, Kevin. Yeah, can't see that. I don't know. That was close, but Ramsey was not happy with the call. He said he went, so it'll be a swing and strike or a check swing. It doesn't matter. It's an out, folks.
Now batting number 1, Jack Goins.
2 outs here for Hank Howard on the mound. He steps off to get another sign. Hank from the windup. Here's the pitch. Right down the, just misses low. Good pitch down the middle, side to side, but misses low. Need ball 1. 1 ball, no strike, 2 outs here on the batter. We're in the 2-hole hitter for McNeil. Fastball gets the call low. Fastball for a strike. Hank staying out of the middle of the plate with these batters, though, which is good. When you stay ahead, you can pitch around the corners. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Wow, that was better than the last pitch. Called a ball. Batter shakes his head because he knows he got away with 1 there. We got 2 balls, 1 strike. Hank not happy with that call. He readjusts the mound a little bit. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off for strike 2. Count will be 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got another lefty for the
2 outs.
warming up in the pen.
Yeah, that'll be Brandon Morio. So here's the pitch. Oh, hits a hard shot to shortstop. Sanders fills it clean, makes a throw. Runner's fast, but we get him out there for the 3rd out of the inning. Hank goes 1, 2, 3, and after 3 complete, Rangers lead 4-0. We'll be back. All right, folks, back here with you. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Brings up number 10, Jackson Harrell, to the plate. Laid down a beautiful bunt last inning. I will give him credit for that. I'm pretty hard on my son, but it's a good bunt. Here's the pitch. Fast, I don't know. Whoa, whoa.
Now batting for Vista Ridge, number 10, Jackson Harrell.
Should have been out there in right center.
That was a pitch we would have swung at and hit, folks. Caught a ball. I mean,
We'd have
just
swung. We probably wouldn't have hit it.
that was a good pitch. Poor James is getting squeezed tonight. Here's the next pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Those both could, in Prosper, those are in the middle of the plate.
Oh, yeah.
So James is down 2 balls, no strikes to Harrell. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside, low for ball 3. I feel for the pitcher here as much as I'm on my team. He's thrown some good pitches. So we got 3 balls, no strikes. Hopefully Harrell has enough sense to not swing here. And takes ball 4. He'll be on with a 4-pitch walk.
That's sliding well out. Hurry. There you go.
Yeah, Kevin pointing out that
Now
Harrell's
batting for
sliding
Vista
mitt
Ridge,
on.
number 7, Ethan Sanders.
Garver sees the sliding mitt, gives him a lot of signs. We know we have speed over there now. Ethan Sanders comes to the plate. Ethan's tried to bunt last time, put the bunt a little bit high to the pitcher. Harrell better get that stuff set because he's going to throw over there once. Nope, comes home with the first pitch, bounces in the dirt, catcher keeps it in front of him, holds the runner. Ball 1. Might want to take, we've seen 5 straight balls. There's a uniform, but all right, so we got that pitch, miss. Just where does that miss, Kevin? I don't know. Wow, feeling bad for the other pitcher, but he's throwing some good pitches. 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, this pitch, it comes set. Here comes back. Harrell gets back to the base. Harrell has played with the pitcher also. The pitcher and Harrell have been on the same team before. The pitcher, the shortstop, the catcher, the center fielder, the right fielder, all played with the. Oh, hey, that's a nice pitch right there. James just unleashes one, comes inside for a fastball strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ethan Sanders. Now, Coach Garver giving a lot of signs. I did not see the bunt sign there. I wouldn't give Harold the still sign until he gets 2 strikes on him, because the catcher's been a little wild here. Oh, he gives it to him. He's going. Swing. Hit and run. Ethan foul. We had a hit and run last night. Jackson said he had the hit and run on one of his at-bats where the pitch, it was a pitch out. Yeah, y'all called it. And Jackson said he had to swing at it. Even though it was high and outside, he fouled it off. But that put him down to count 0-2, which Ethan's here 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Nobody out. Ethan Sanders at the plate. There's the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets Ethan there. Takes a little bit off. That brings a lead off Alex Brindlemeyer to the plate.
Now batting number 2, Alex Brindlemeyer.
Got a sighting in the stands. Paul Gonzalez with a ring pop. A ring pop, folks. A ring pop.
He's making fun of my gushers.
I'm going to have to tell him that's not supporting Lay's, our sponsor. I'm going to have a shout out to Lay's Potato. Yeah, Gunn's got a ring pop also. Yeah, that ring pops aren't made by Lay's. Oh, nice. That's a called strike on Alex. That pitch was right down the middle. I don't know what Alex was looking for. Maybe being patient, just since the pitcher's the batter. He's had a. So here we go. Jackson Harrell on first, 1 out. Breaking ball to Alex. I tell you, McNeil has some very patient fans here. Very patient. Getting squeezed hard on the mound. Called a ball. Ball 2. Be 2 balls, 1 strike. McNeil won't even put it on the scoreboard. They won't even put the ball on the scoreboard because it was a good pitch. There it is. Fastball outside. Alex fouls it off. That's going to be out of play behind the first base dugout. This catcher hustling over there. Dugout might have told him that was out of play. Yeah, folks, got Gunn and Gonzalez up there with the ring pops, enjoying life on the back row. Go back and listen to this broadcast. So, Alex has, it says 1 ball, 2 strikes. I thought it was 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm not sure. Harold has a lead over there now. It looks pretty tense. He may be going. I would not send him here with the batter we have. And oh, fake steal. Alex check swings, gets hit on the hand. He wants to go to first, but it's going to be a foul ball on the hands. Hands are part of the bat. He kind of started swinging. So the scoreboard says 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm not sure if it's 1 ball or 2, but we do have 2 strikes and 1 out.
Zach is
1 ball. I might have lost count there, but Harold did a little kind of fake steal last time. That one was nice. Alex's hands are still stinging. He doesn't want to put that batting glove back on. This is where James has to rear back and throw a fastball. That hurts. Inside fastball. Kevin, a pitcher's dad, be mean. Just go inside on him again. Alex, a good hot hitter right now. So, Harold with a considerable lead. James looks at the runner, comes to the plate. Curveball. Harold hits it. Alex hits it in the hole between second and first. The runners move up 1 base each, so Alex does a good job of hitting inside out there, gets a base hit to the right side, and going over to try to get some sympathy from Coach McNeil about that hand. Going to show it to Coach McNeil. Coach McNeil says that's not nothing. That's nothing to worry about. Go ahead and put the glove back on. Probably asking, where's your sliding mitt?
We're going to do a hitter, Jeff.
So we got 1 out, and folks, Jake Wagner would normally, the catcher Jake Wagner, coming to the plate, but Jake has been pulled from the game, probably from that hit he took in the chin or the neck. And John Longoria, the other catcher for Vista Ridge, the senior, steps into the batter's box, which means John will probably be replacing Jake. Here's the pitch, right? Called strike in the outside corner.
Number 9, John Longoria.
So we got 1 out, runners on first and second. Rangers have a 4-0 lead. John Longoria at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. That is 4 inches outside the batter's box, Kevin. And this pitcher has thrown some stuff down the middle and hadn't got the call. He gets that. I'm okay with that strike zone. I just feel bad. You don't know where it is. Catcher sets up outside again. Here's the pitch. Goes right back out there even more. Yeah, he's too far. That's a Prosper strike right there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out to John Longoria. Going in at catcher for Vista Ridge. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt, bounces, but the catcher keeps it at his feet. Harrell gets halfway to third and decides to hold up. Gives Alex the stop sign. You have to slow Alex down. He'll be on you, right up on you. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. James Morio at 80 pitches.
I was wondering where you saw that. It's on their scoreboard.
I just keep good count, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. John Longoria at the plate. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses high. That did miss. That missed. But I've seen some other ones that look good. It's the pitch. Fastball. John fouls it off. Count stays. Is the count full? 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. 1 out. Hope the runners understand 1 out, not 2. Breaking ball. Breaking ball stays too far inside and high on John Longoria. Draws a walk there. Loads the bases for the 3-hole hitter Hank Howard.
Now batting for Vista Ridge, number 17, Hank Howard.
We're going to run for the catcher. I'm guessing that's Rushop.
Yeah.
This Rushop in. We've had a lot of pinch runners with injury. We don't need to go play basketball over spring break. Never know what'll happen. So Gator Rushop's in the game, pinch running for John Longoria, another senior. Bases are loaded. Hank Howard's at the plate with 1 out. Harold's on third. In foul territory, the big lead. Alex, nobody's looking at him at second, gets the lead. That pitch is right down the middle. Took a little bit off of it. Called strike. Hank looks at it. James working here with bases loaded and 1 out to Hank Howard. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Hank swing. It's going to call it in play. This is going to be... So Hank hits that off the handle of the bat. It's barely out in front of the plate. Catcher can't get to it. Pitcher can't get to it. Harrell very quick to know the base is loaded. It's a force at home. Speeds home for the score. Again, he does have a sliding mitt, so he got there. Hank gets a swinging bunt for a hit and an RBI. Not exactly where Hank Howard hits the ball normally. I believe that's his first hit in a while. He's pretty happy. That brings a 4-hole hitter, Tynan Gunn, to the plate. Oh, we have a pinch runner in for Hank, also the pitcher. That looks like Owen Sanders at first. Here's the pitch, breaking balls. That must miss high, but that's a good pitch. He is having a shoebox of a strike zone here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. James steps off. Breaking ball. Tynan swings at it. It's an infield fly. It's going to be an infield fly, but Bosick goes ahead and shows his reflexes and makes the catch barely. Thank goodness his mom's athletic, because his dad definitely didn't help him make that play. Ryan Bosick, the shortstop. That brings Matthew Foley to the plate, senior. Bases loaded now, 2 outs.
Now batting number 4, Matthew Foley.
Hank with the swing and bunt RBI, get the 1 run we got across. Matthew Foley drives the ball. He drives it down the third base line, but it's foul. Alex has to get out of the way, straighten that out. So we got no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. James at 88 pitches. 2 outs, making sure the runners know they need to be moving. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Foley swings over that. Catcher bounces it to his pitcher. Alex ready if he misses it to go home.
Pitcher's thrown it 90 times too.
Yeah, Kevin filling for the catcher here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rangers are leading 5-0. We're in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch going outside. That misses low. Alex is going to steal on the throw. Alex with a lot of speed, very aggressive. Catcher's going to lob it back to the pitcher. He's going to go ahead and run home. So the catcher takes his time lobbing it back to the pitcher, and Alex scores from third. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, fastball. Line drive up the middle. Eats Ron Bosick up on the hop. He still has time to make the throw, but he overthrows it high. That's going to score another run. Run goes to third. We'll see if they have a play. They scoop, but they miss. Coach Garver sends him. Nope, hold him on the base. I thought he held him. Matthew Foley hits a hard ball to the shortstop. Shortstop misplays that. It's coming in running and gets a handle on it, throws a throw high to first. Foley beats that out. Run scores from third, and then the runners advance on the throw to first. They advance to second and third. So now the score is 7-0 Rangers. Rangers have gotten 3 this inning. We still have 2 outs. Devin Gonzalez to the plate with runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Devin swinging, fouls it off down the right field side. I don't know. It's 50-50, but I'd go the other 50.
Well, you could have flipped it to second, I think.
All right, here's the pitch. Ball bounces in the dirt. Going to be 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs still.
I actually thought he was just going to flip it to second.
I thought he was going to touch second himself. He was behind it too far. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. James Morio on the mound. Devin Gonzalez at the plate. Fastball misses low and outside. Going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Oh, inside. Comes too far inside. Almost hits Devin. He gets out of the way. Going to bring the count 3 balls, 1 strike. This may be James's last batter. Getting up there in the pitch count. Devin's still a dangerous hitter. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Takes a little high chopper to third, goes over the third's glove. That's going to probably be a base hit. And we're rounding everybody. We're going to score 2 more there. 2 outs, runners running hard. McNeil having some trouble making plays. That's probably going to go down as a hit, high chopper. Third got a glove on it, not much he could do. That brings Grant Anderson to the plate. I believe we batted around this inning. 5, 6, 7, 8. Harold's the leadoff. This is the last batter of the inning. So James Morio comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside, misses inside. Man, he's having really tight strike zone here, hurting his pitcher. That Devin Gonzalez on first, getting a pretty big lead. Grant Anderson at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and outside for ball 2. This will be his last batter, Kevin. Devin gets a big lead. I would look for him to throw to first in a minute. Oh, that ball is pounded to right field. Right field camped out under it. He makes the catch for the out. Grant goes down with the fly ball to right field and get out of the inning with 100 pitches thrown by James Morio.
You go 110.
We get 5 that inning, and Range scores 9-0 Vista Ridge. We'll be back. Okay, folks, back with you here. I missed the first pitch. Hank threw a ball in the dirt. This is to Ryan Bosick. He's a high chopper to third, but it's going to be in foul territory.
Cedar Ridge is going to beat Round Rock. Well, they're up
I'm going to give y'all some score updates right here. So first is 1 ball, 1 strike to Ryan Bosick, the first hitter of the inning. Number 9. After this batter, we'll catch you up on the local scores from the district. Hank Howard working here. He only thrown 6 pitches. Working from the windup. Long delayed windup, high leg kick. Comes in there with a fastball. It's been a ground ball hit to Harrell at second. Harrell knocks it down. Probably going to be, keeps it in front of him, doesn't get to throw there in time. Ryan Bosick's on with a.
Number 24, Jackson Collins.
That brings 24 to the plate. Hank comes set. Bosick's on first. That's a good-looking pitch. Ball right there. Looks like it's going to be a tight strike zone for Hank also. Hank comes set. Here's the pitch. High fastball misses. Ball 2. Here's the pitch, misses low, ball 3. We got 3 balls and no strikes to the 4-hole hitter. 4-hole hitter hit one over the left fielder's head his last at bat. Rangers with a 9-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch, outside called, strike 1 right there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Hank comes set. Here's the pitch. Out. So this ball's lifted to the center fielder. Alex is drifting back, gets under the ball, makes the catch for out number 1 of the inning. Runner at first goes back to first for out number 1. Kevin, give me those score updates from the district.
Vandergrift beat Stony Point 4-1.
Vandergrift beat, y'all make sure y'all can hear him. Vandergrift beat Stony Point 4-1.
Cedar Ridge is beating Round Rock 3-2 in the top of the 7th.
Cedar Ridge is winning 3-2 in the top of the 7th, beating Round Rock.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 18, Chris.
Westwood 7 to Hutto's 1. Westwood's winning 7-1 to Hutto in the 5th. All right, folks, 1 out. Runner on first. Hank working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Runner's going. Going to try to throw down. Throw is off. Gets shortstop, dives, makes the catch. The runner's in there with a stolen base. He's on second base now, Ryan Bosick. So we got 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here to the 5-hole hitter for McNeil. McNeil hadn't had too many runners on. Maybe in the first inning they got 2. This is another runner. Bosick probably every time. Hank dials it up, batter swings, fouls it off behind the plate. We got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Hank working here in the bottom of the 4th inning with a 9-0 lead. Hank comes set, looks at his runner at second, comes to the plate, swing and a miss, change up. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. No, you're good. Checks his runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. John gets down, stops it. They're calling him. Wow. Did he swing? Check swing.
Number 29, Caleb Craig.
All right, this ball's lifted behind shortstop. Center field should call everybody off. Shortstop's under it, makes the play for the third out of the inning. Nobody hurt in that inning. No, they don't. McNeil doesn't get any runs. Score is still 9-0.
We'd like to thank Bohemian Barbecue, home run sponsor.
All right, folks, back with you here. We're in the top of the 5th inning. New pitcher's James Morio. I've been saying James the whole game. That was Brandon Morio on the mound. This is twin brother James. Jackson Harrell at the plate. Here's the first pitch. Misses low. Ball
Now
one.
batting for Vista Ridge, number 10, Jackson Harrell.
One ball, no strikes. Top of the 5th inning, nobody out. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside, low corner, gets the called strike. We got that strike called too.
Pitcher still bouncing it back to him.
Yeah, struggling there. One ball, one strike to Jackson Harrell. Here's the pitch. That ball bounces in the dirt, misses ball 2. Struggling, McNeil struggled to find the strike zone. Two balls, one strike to Jackson Harrell. James Morio comes set. Here's the pitch, another lefty. Fastball inside, Jackson fouls it off down the right field line. Goes into the street, brings the count even to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both pitchers from McNeil. Every pitcher we face has been a lefty from McNeil.
Yep.
So tonight again, lefty relieving lefty.
And they got another lefty in the
They do. They have 5 lefties. So here's the pitch, 2-2. James Morio. Here's the pitch, low and wow. Harrell looks at a strike. That ball was low. He's going to get chewed out for looking at that, but that looked very low. Catcher's mitt in the dirt. But strikeout right there for James. Next batter's Ethan Sanders. First pitch misses high.
Now batting
Ball
for
one.
Mr. Ridge, number 7, Ethan Sanders.
No, that was, oh no, they weren't. Yeah, I know. What could have been your senior year? I don't remember.
One ball, no strikes to Ethan. Here's the next pitch. Ball misses outside.
I remember an app. I think they played here.
I do remember them putting here because they bust.
Yeah.
They made fun of it.
It was like
When they played one here and one here. Yeah, they were.
Here's the pitch. Comes inside on him, misses ball 3. Quickly 3-0 the count to Ethan Sanders. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the inside corner.
It took like 10 hours.
They had like no AC on. We had the windows down the whole time.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th. Rangers lead 9-0. Here's the pitch. Comes inside of the fastball, swings and fouls it off. Strike 2. Go to full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got leadoff Alex Brennemeyer on deck.
It's supposed to be a 3-game series.
It was.
Yeah.
It was best of 3.
Yeah. No. We got shortened because it's supposed to be best of 3, but it like flooded.
No, it was that. We played 2 games and lost both games. It wasn't going to be 30.
Here's the full count pitch. This is high. Ball 4.
Oh, that's why they pulled me in. I do remember getting delayed, but maybe delayed.
Now batting for Vista Ridge, number 2, Alex Brendelmeyer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they told me stay under 30 pitches. So I pitched the next pitch right after. I said, okay. And I did. And I came up to bat.
All right, folks, I'm going to give a shout out to some friends of ours that came in town for spring break. Beth and Al and their kids, Delahandra. I'll give y'all a safe trip back. I heard y'all are listening to us in the car as you drive back out to the lake. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside.
And that's when we tied it.
We got 1 out, 1 runner on. The ball outside to Alex. Looks to the coach for a sign. We got Ethan Sanders on first base. Lead off Alex Brennemeyer at the plate. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. Swing and a miss. Strike, and catcher fires down to first. The back pick. Ethan Sanders back in there safe.
They kept walking back.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Got a runner on first. He picks over to first. Go ahead and make sure. Oh, first base dives over to make sure he catches that.
No, it's all 4. It's a 4-run limit.
Ethan Sanders with a nice lead. Here's the pitch, comes set. Called strike on the inside. Strike zone has just been different tonight, folks. I've seen pitches that look right down the middle. He's called them balls, and then the 3rd strike to Harold's low, and that pitch right there was inside and low on Alex. Catcher mitt was in the dirt. So here we go. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brendelmeyer at the plate, 1 out. James comes set. Here's the pitch to the plate, down the middle, fouls it off behind the plate. Swing and strike there. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alex, the leadoff hitter. 1 runner on, Ethan Sanders on first. Not stealing on this lefty. Here comes the pitch to the plate. Inside, misses for ball 2. Excuse me, folks. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. James gets a sign. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Swing. Foul. Just gets it down third base way out in front. Fouls it off.
And it's coming Friday.
Count still 2-2. Alex making him throw about 6 pitches so far to him, 6 or 7.
When they were over for Chris's birthday, and your dad doesn't buy anything like intermission. And Bobby was like, "You got to get this one for me," and it's bigger than mine. And I'm like, "I don't think you need one." He's like, Bobby's like, "Oh, get the biggest one you can," blah blah blah, all this stuff. You know, and your dad was like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" Bobby's like, "I'll bring it to you." Right? And then so when we were at Costco, like, sent your dad a picture of the one he was there. So this is what I have.
All right, back to 2-2. Pit runner goes on first move. Alex hits a hard shot to third. My goodness, third knocks it down. Makes a throw to first. Really nice play by third base. Alex hits the ball hard at the third baseman. He knocks it down, gets up, throws Alex out at first. Ethan was stealing. Probably wouldn't have even tried to turn 2. They might have, but Ethan's on second base.
Now batting catcher, number 9, John Longoria.
That brings, with 2 outs, brings John Longoria to the plate, the catcher.
Oh, they gotta wait for the delivery.
Yeah. No, well, they're really going to
But your dad was like telling Bobby, I like how Craig just said I wired my
Runner on second. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Just misses high and outside, I guess.
But if it's not like the end of the world, that doesn't matter. But if you just need power,
So your dad was like, "Oh, that one's great." Like,
The ball misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, runner on second for the Rangers. Rangers wearing the black uniforms and batting right now, the visitor.
4 or 5 cars on the end, sideways.
2 balls, no strikes. James looks at his runner. Here's the pitch, comes down the middle for a called strike 1.
Yeah, Schneider's have our plane. No, there's our house backs up, there's another house, and then there's their street, and then their house is a little bit
Called strike in the outside corner there, strike 2. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch counts at 22. And a runner on second. And the 2-hole hitter's up. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 22 pitches thrown, runner on second base, and the 2-hole hitter up for the Rangers. 2s all over the board, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Pitcher takes a long time getting his sign. Here's the pitch. That ball in the dirt. The ball 3 brings a count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
First left and another first left. Austin City
Puts the John Longoria on base. He will have a runner. Gator Rushop goes to the
Now batting
first
number
base.
17, Hank Howard.
Brings Hank Howard to the plate, 3-hole hitter. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. Man, I don't know why
Must be something out of the lefty.
their coach is not even saying a word. It's called ball, folks, ball. But my goodness, I've never seen anything look better than a strike than that. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the outside corner. That didn't even look as good as the last pitch, but it's called strike right there. Count goes even, 1-1. You missed it, Kevin. We had 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 22 pitches thrown, runner on second, and a 2-hole hitter up for Vista Ridge.
Super duper twos.
There we go. Hank hits a shot, shortstop. That's going to be in the hole. Vosick makes a stop, and the runner rounds. Wow. Good grief. We got to have a talk with the bat boy here. So, folks, what happened right there, Hank hits a ball in the hole. Ryan Vosick runs and dives, goes to his knee, makes the stop, comes up, knows he probably can't throw Hank out at first, But the runner on second, Ethan Sanders, was rounding
Now batting
third,
number
full speed
24,
going
Tight
home.
End Gun.
And they had him out at the plate, but the throw was off to the catcher, and they couldn't get him, and that scored the run. And then all the runners adjusted up one more base.
Here's our 10 runs.
So Owen Sanders goes to run for the pitcher, Hank Howard. Brings a 4-hole hitter, Tynan Gunn, to the plate. Scores 10-0 Rangers. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Tynan Gunn at the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, turns on it, fouls it down third base line. Foul ball for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Tynan Gunn at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fastball gets a fling and a miss. Foul tip right there. Strike 2.
That's why this was the one. But if you were gonna do next vote, you use them because like the polls things like this, they would hold on.
So we got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. What's the catcher wants a high ball here. He gets it, but he misses too high, and Tynan doesn't chase. Good 0-2 pitch right there.
I'm glad that you guys are spending some energy thinking about that.
Here's the pitch, breaking ball. Don't know where that one missed either. Caught a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard to read this umpire tonight. I think he likes the low strike zones, not the high ones. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Tynan Gunn. Here's the pitch. That ball misses outside. Takes the count to full. Got Matthew Foley on deck. We got a full count. Runners on second, third, 2 outs. They will be running, or they won't be running on the pitch, but if he puts a ball in play, they will. Here's the pitch. Outside, Tynan swings, fouls it off down the right field side. Foul ball. Still stays, count stays full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from James. Breaking ball, going to miss high. Walks him, loads the bases for Matthew Foley.
Now batting number 4, Matthew Foley.
Fastball. This is a line drive into right center. He's going to score at least 2, probably. Yeah, they're going to hold Tynan at third. They throw all the way to try to hold him there. Matthew Foley, it's a line drive to right field, scores 2. He stays on first with a single. Runners are at first and third with Devin Gonzalez coming to the plate. Grant Anderson on deck.
These are trying times, Mom. What? These are trying times.
So we got first and third. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the
Now
outside
batting
corner,
for
called
Mr. Ridge,
strike.
number 8, Devin Gonzalez.
Devin might be ready to swing the bat because I think the umpire might extend the strike zone a little bit here.
Yeah.
Should have probably, I don't know, it's been a shoebox. Comes set, checks his runners. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. Devin check swings, it's pop up behind the plate, and Wyatt makes a dive for it. It's out of play, or just too far for him. He dives, can't get a glove on it. Devin's at the plate now with no balls, 2 strikes. Good hustle there by the McNeil catcher, Wyatt Newman. We got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs still. James' first inning of works at 37 pitches. Runners at first and third. Here comes the pitch to Devin. James steps off, reset. Probably a good idea. Recollect. Oh, that's why the battery was so good. You have it plugged in. I'm like, wow, yours doesn't go down. Okay, folks, we're talking about the iPad. We got 2 outs, first and third. Nobody's going. Pitch inside, jams Devin. He swings, check swings, fouls it off into the net behind the plate. Stays at 0-2. We got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Devin line drives it up the middle, but Ryan Bosick playing up the middle makes the catch for the out. That'll retire the side. Rangers get 3 more insurance runs, make the score 12-0.
I'd like to thank Lori Flood Realty Team. Since 2004, Lori has been serving the Austin community and has helped over 1,000 clients sell and purchase a home.
We got new defense.
If a new home is in your future, reach out to Lori Flood and team.
No, we don't.
He didn't have no. He's had a lot of defense several.
All right, folks, back with you in the
We're back to the Mavericks, number 22, Ryan Shook.
bottom of the 5th inning, folks. Hank Howard on the mound. Defense for the Rangers, we have John Longoria catching, Hank Howard on the mound pitching, Tynan at first, Jackson Harrell second, Ethan Sanders at short, and Grant Anderson at third. Hank's from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball. This ball's pulled hard. It's going to be fouled on the left field line, deep left field. They can quit running. They still. Like this kid can swing it when he wants to. Hank's working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside for a ball. Be 1 ball, 1 strike. He's holding his bag though. That would tell me it's not broke. I couldn't hold my bag when I broke mine. I'm talking about a collarbone. Fastball high, swing and a miss. That's Jake with the bag on the shoulder. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it off down third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, folks. Hot. Fouls it down third base line. Be a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the windup. Here's Hank's pitch. Slow windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikes him out.
Oh yeah, they put it to a bunt.
So 1 out.
They mostly all blur together.
Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Called strike.
One time I tried to like.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 15, James Morio.
When he was 5, he started, and I think he played every season, all year long.
Fastball misses too far outside right there. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Until after that. Until you guys season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of games. And then on top of it, when Cole started, they started.
Hank working fast from the windup, comes down the middle. This ball's gonna be hit sharply to first. Tynan feels it, fumbles it, can't make the play. James is safe at first. So McNeil gets a runner on with 1 out.
16, Wyatt Newman.
Brings a catcher Wyatt Newman to the plate.
Jason Mount Warren fell. He wasn't in his car yet. And the fire truck.
I'll have all that.
So we got 1 out, 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. This ball is shot into right center. It's going to pass the right fielder's back stern. It's going to go to the fence. Newman gets into 1 right there. It's going to score 1. Newman's going to be on third with a stand-up triple. Here's the relay throw. We hold. Nobody tells him where to go with the ball, so we hold it. So with a triple, Newman hits a triple and gets the first run in from McNeil, makes the score 12-1.
Move, you better move. Louis my shoes, pull out my whip on 22. I saw your girl, I had this squeak.
Now batting for the Mavs, number 12, Ramsey Simpson.
Now we're back into the top of the order for McNeil. Ramsey Simpson to the plate with a runner on third. Hank from the windup. Here's the pitch. Wow, Ramsey checked, almost swung at that. Did not like it. Did not swing, and it's called a ball. Folks, strike zone tonight has been some of them called, some of them not. We don't know why. That was a ball. That misses, must miss low. That's a good looking pitch. I've seen that called a strike. So, two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Ramsey Simpson at the plate, a good hitter with lots of speed. The catcher's on third. They're not running for him. Hank from the windup gets a swing and a foul ball right there.
And then when they're leaving,
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
oh, that's where that guy. I forgot about that. Yeah, exactly.
Here's the pitch. Fastball comes inside. That's going to get away. It hits the feet of the catcher, and it's going to score. Newman brings 2 runs across the plate. Makes the score 12-2 in the bottom of the 5th or 6th, bottom of the 5th inning.
We gotta get out of this. We're gonna play again. Play more.
So from the windup, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low. I guess it was 3-1. That's 4 balls right there. Puts speedy Ramsey Simpson on first. Brings up the 2-hole hitter, number 1, who's been a pretty good bat for them over the last night and tonight.
Now batting, number 1, Jack Goins.
Should get a ball up the middle right here to third or short, turn 2. We got 1 out. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Check. Looks at it for a called strike one. Hank comes set. Quickly throws over to first. Ramsey's back.
Oh, that's who we're sitting up with Toby yesterday.
Here's the pitch. High swings at it. Strike two. Hank gets him down 0-2 quickly. Throws some gas there. I'd go back upstairs. This batter likes that high heat. See what John wants right here. We got no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ramsey Simpson on first. Lead's not very big at all. Here's the high leg kick from Hank. Goes high and outside, gets a swing and a miss. Good job of pitching right there, knowing what the batter's swinging at.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 9, Ryan Bosick.
So Ryan Bosick, the hot bat for the Mavericks last 2 nights, steps to the plate, 3-hole hitter. He hit a hard ground ball to second base last inning. Here's the pitch. He jams him. It's going to be a hit in the hole. Shortstop feels it. He may have the throw. He gets him. What a throw by Ethan Sanders right there in the hole. Shows why he's at short as a freshman with a good arm. Makes the throw to first base. Gets the 3rd out of the inning, and Rangers win this game 12-2 after 5 complete innings. We'll see you next week with Vandergrift, folks.